He looked me dead in the eyes across that polished mahogany desk and said it like he was doing me a favor. "We don't hire failures like you." I didn't flinch, just nodded. "I understand perfectly." He smiled, smug and condescending, the way only a man with inherited power can. I let him believe that was the end of it. But that sentence, it didn't sting, it ignited something. Not because I wanted a job at his company, I didn't, I never had. But because he used that word, failure, in front of people, like I was some stray dog trying to sneak into the palace. I walked out calmly, but I never walk away empty-handed. His name is Kareem, my wife's brother, my former best friend. He used to sleep on my couch in university, back when he was broke and too proud to tell anyone. I helped him through classes, built his resume, edited his first pitch deck. We bled ambition side by side. He used to call me his mirror, said I reflected who he wanted to become. Funny. Mirrors don't forget what they see. When I married his sister, he toasted to us at the wedding with tears in his eyes. When I lost everything 3 years ago, my startup collapsing after a hostile takeover, he disappeared. No calls, no texts, no hand extended to help me up. Just silence. And then today, after 2 months of trying to reconnect, of reaching out like a fool, he finally invited me to his company headquarters, only to humiliate me in his office. I should have seen it earlier. The smugness in his smile whenever my name came up in family dinners. The way he always downplayed my achievements. When my company raised its first round, he called it beginner's luck. When it failed, he called it inevitable. What I mistook for teasing was resentment wearing a friendly face. Jealousy is quiet at first. Then it feeds, grows teeth. That night, I didn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling, remembering all the things I did for that man. And then I started planning. Not revenge, not yet. Just truth. First, I started with his company. I knew the board. 2 of them owed me favors from my investment days. Quiet lunches, polite conversations. I hinted at stagnating quarterly growth, repeated murmurs about outdated leadership. I watched their interest shift. Then I dug deeper, hired forensic accountants. Not to find fraud, I wasn't that lucky, but inefficiencies, misallocations, vendors overcharging by design. It was all there. Sloppy. Typical for a man who never built what he ran. I compiled a dossier. Next, I studied the bylaws of his company. The board could vote in a new CEO if 2/3 agreed. Unlikely? Normally, yes. But I had leverage. One board member's son was caught in a silent bribery scandal, something I stumbled on a year ago but never used. Until now. I made a call. The second was easy. Money talks. I offered to fund his upcoming venture, on the condition that he voted in favor of a leadership change. 3 weeks. 3 weeks of invisible moves, quiet meetings, veiled promises. And last night, the board voted. Unanimously. They named me interim CEO, effective immediately. This morning, he walked into the office like a king. Same suit, same smirk. But the receptionist didn't smile back. His secretary stood before him, anxious. "The new CEO wants to see you, immediately." He laughed. "New CEO? Your brother-in-law." She didn't say it like a question. He barged in, expecting a joke. He stopped mid-step when he saw me behind his desk. My fingers steepled, my wedding ring catching the light. "You're in my chair," he said. "No," I said, "you were in mine." He stared at me, uncomprehending. "What the hell is this?" I slid the file across the desk. "Your board thinks you're a liability. They asked me to clean up the mess, and I accepted." He opened the file, page after page. Financial leaks, staff turnover, missed expansion opportunities. The board notes, the final vote. His hands trembled. I watched him closely. The moment it hit, the moment the crown cracked. "You manipulated them," he whispered. I tilted my head. "No, I just revealed what they were too polite to admit." He leaned forward, voice shaking. "You think this makes you better than me?" "No," I said, rising. "I know it does." He looked at the walls, the view, the empire he didn't build but pretended to rule, and realized this wasn't just revenge. This was reclamation. Security escorted him out. He didn't fight, didn't shout. He just walked the same path I did weeks ago, head down, silent. Except no one offered him an "I understand." Later that evening, I stood alone in my office. My wife called. She didn't ask what happened. She already knew. "I warned him," she said. "I know. I'm proud of you." I didn't answer, not right away. I looked at the city below, at the building I now controlled, the same one I once got banned from entering. He thought he won because I stayed quiet. He thought my calm meant defeat. But I've always believed in the long game. Because vengeance, it's best delivered without heat. Just precision. And a locked office door waiting behind a secretary's calm voice. Some men build their legacy with words. Others build it with silence.